Hello there. James again at Monkey Man Sports. I'm by myself because I plan to just rant for a bit, and Shannon has no patience to listen to that. One of the questions I get sometimes when I'm telling people sort of what we're getting into these days and what we're doing with Monkey Man Sports is like, well, where do you get all your inventory from? And yeah, we rip a bunch of cards, and yeah, we resell them on eBay and try to like turn some over and just fray the cost of that so we can use the rips to create content to hopefully build a community with people like yourself to then rip more cards, to then sell more cards, and so on. But to do that well and make sure the eBay store is profitable enough to justify it, we need to sell enough cards that we become a larger footprint in the eBay community. So to do that, you need positive reviews, you need sales, and you need a constant listing. You want to list frequently, all the time, just like social media. We got to post all the time. With eBay algorithm, my understanding is we got to list all the time, which means we're always looking to source inventory. And everyone says, okay, we're always buying, always buying. You can join in the Facebook groups and follow along, and they'll say, okay, well, I'm always buying cards, but you're always buying at like 60, 70, 80% of comps. So what do you really do? Well, you got to start somewhere. And one of the best places to start is often your local card store. And it's not because they have some smoking deal or the cards are particularly fantastic or whatever, because there's oftentimes these $1 to $5 to $10 cards that if my eBay store is anything to judge based off of, people buy all the time. I think the biggest thing is the market you're advertising to. My local game store does not want to go through the trouble of sorting out a bunch of $1 to $5 singles. So they put them in their dollar boxes, of which they have 55 of them on the shelf. And you're welcome to go through and pick whatever you like. And some poor kid, they pay probably $10 an hour, goes through and slaps a dollar sticker on cards. But if you know what they are and you're educated enough about it and you've ripped enough cards, you know what the rare stuff is and what the good players are, and you follow your sports. And even, I know one of the big things to help me getting into this was my analysis of fantasy football. I'm a pretty decent fantasy football player. I watch a lot of content on this stuff, so I know all the dudes and the guys and which is going to go where and who's traded to what and what a expectation we should have for their at least next year, next game, next part of their career. So it doesn't make it outrageous to suggest we have a good idea about what the right players are. So what am I saying? I'm saying spend some time at your local game store. If you want to get into this, you want to get on eBay, you want to start flipping some cards and having some fun with it and hopefully making a buck or two to pay for the hobby itself, which is really what this is about, is having the fun. Here's how you do it. You go to your local game store and you pick out some stuff that you know. For me, I don't know soccer, baseball, being a Canadian. I have just the Jays, so Vladdy Guerrero. I also know Shohei Ohtani's a guy, and I know, Jackson Holiday. I know because I'm a Pittsburgh fan, Paul Skeens a big deal, but baseball's not my forte. So we haven't started jumping into the baseball scene yet. What I do know, and I know inside and out, is football, is hockey. Hockey, I grew up with it. I was a Penguins fan because of Mario Lemieux. Well, actually, one of the cards I picked up today at the card show, I'm going to show it to you right now. I was super excited to get this. And frankly, this beat up old plastic does not do it justice. So check this out. This is the Cup, which if you're a football fan, you came to our channel from football. The Cup is like National Treasure or Flawless. It is the set. So that's the Cup logo up there. Those are pretty nice corners. That's a numbered to 249 Mario Lemieux from the Cup. But here's the thing. Look at how thick this card is. This is RPA level thick. And for a card that you can see on the bottom here, it's 2017, 2018. We're getting close to 10 years old. We're getting, frankly, as far as I'm concerned, the best hockey player ever. This is, to me, the Tom Brady of hockey. He's fantastic. And Gretzky, who everyone talks about is great, has even gone on record saying if Lemieux had not had to battle cancer, beat cancer, come back to win scoring titles, like gone through that, he would have easily crushed all of Gretzky's records. He was that good. So if you're not a hockey fan that likes Mario Lemieux, get off our channel. This is my guy. I was so excited to find this. Super affordable. There was a fella, he had it up for $40 Canadian. We did a little chit chat. Hey, how you doing? And I got that to 25, which is a steal. This is going straight into a one touch for me and sitting on my desk. Beautiful shine, shimmer to it. Right? You can see, oh my God. If you like sports cards, that is so clean. So I picked up that for my PC today. I'm just going to segue and rant about that for a bit because this is a fun card to show. Very excited about getting that in the proper protection. The other one I found that I was jacked up about, and now we're back to football. This is a George Pickens, okay? This is a Pickens rookie. This is a Pickens rookie case hit, and because the honeycomb is in gold, that's a color match. So that is just a flawless looking George Pickens honeycomb mosaic rookie. And yes, you can laugh at me and say, well, you don't have a quarterback, so who's going to throw in the ball? I don't have an answer to that question as of the time we're filming. But that's a beautiful card. Look at the shimmer on that. Delightful. They were asking $130, which I thought was a decent price to begin with. But they looked like they didn't have too many customers that day at the card show. And after a little, hey, hi, how you doing? I got that to $80 Canadian, which I think is highway robbery. That being said, if you want to collect stuff from your PC, what's just old inventory to a card seller? It might be a card you're very happy to have for your collection. Have a conversation with these people. Be polite. You know, just have a nice little, maybe we'll do a video on negotiation at some point, because that could be very, very useful for us as well. So let's dive into what we got that's more going to be inventory, not just all my PC stuff. I'll go through my PC really quickly. I found this nice Bradshaw. We got some Penguins and some Flames for Sidney Crosby, who's my dude. Just Dustin Wolf for the wife there. And the matching to 100 black bordered O-Pee-Chee, right? Game worn jersey. So Upper Deck canvas. The bus. Fitzpatrick. Deontay Johnson rookie. God bless his soul, wherever he goes next. Little Pickens rookie in the college jersey. I love the Gridiron Kings. Beautiful portrait, well, nicely centered. A Firemuth, right? Little Franco Harris action from back in the day. This one I loved. Look at the parallel. I mean, Score gets a bad rep, but I don't know why they don't use this kind of like almost shimmery, wavy effect more. It's numbered to 630 or 690 or whatever, so what's the point of even numbering at that point? But the orange is almost a color match. It's Hines Ward. How do you go wrong? Right? Nice little Malkin to 240. Santonio Holmes from 2008, and it's a good thick card too. Just beautiful. $5 all day. Numbered to $2.99 at the top there. And a Najee Harris fireworks, because I can't go anywhere if I'm buying Pittsburgh cards without buying a Najee Harris. I wish him all the luck in the Chargers. I really don't think we should let him go. So let's jump into what did we grab. Some Drake Mays. These retros have been selling really well. The Jaden's like $50. Speaking of Jaden, $15 for a throwback rated rookie. Just a stellar buy. Can't go wrong with that. Even if I sell these cards for exactly what I paid for them, I get another eBay customer that might go to the store, and it's like anything else, right? You go to Costco, you try to buy a pack of hot dogs. What do you end up walking out with? 45 other things. So getting attention to your store is half the battle when you're starting out on this, and having the right cards. Even if I'm buying them full rip from another store and reselling them at the exact same price on ours, that's a win. That's a customer that's saying, hey, they have the right stuff, right? And my local card store in Canada is mostly focused on hockey, so oftentimes they're not overcharging for this. I could probably resell these for 25 and someone would be happy to buy it. We're not talking about a huge amount of arbitrage, but what's my investment, right? What's my ROI? If I do sell it for 25, that's a 25% return on investment. That's not terrible. If you do that enough times, you know, it builds up your bankroll, builds up your collection, makes the hobby a little cheaper, and you can afford, you know, ripping $200-300 boxes if you're smart about this stuff and you're patient to find the right customer. So those are sort of the bigger ones. But like, how do you spend a couple bucks? Well, look, you open a box of 24-25 Hockey Series 2. How many Dazzlers do you get? I think 1, 2, something like that. Not many. Jack Eichel, Steven Stamkos. These are nice looking cards. If you PC these guys, you want them. The Upper Deck canvas, they have this beautiful, I don't know if you don't know the Upper Deck canvas, but they have this beautiful canvas effect you can kind of see there. Always nice action photography, right? Mike Hoffman, Darcy Kemper drinking from the water bottle, Anthony Mantha, right? Becca Rene kicking somebody in the face, Carter Hart, Kucherov Dazzler, right? You got some actual Young Guns. So if you're a Bruins fan, these are guys you're going to want to add to your collection. This is what I just got because I love the old school hockey. Fleer Ultra, 96-97, Chris Chelios. If you don't know who Chelios is, you are much younger than I am. Numbered to 1,082, so numbered to 1,000,000 basically. Not the point. The point is, lovely card, and if you're a Hawks fan, you know, people nowadays have become Hawks fans with Connor Bedard. That's what happens when you have new blood reinvigorating a fan base. It's great stuff, right? You'd want to know about Chelios. So when I started following the Steelers, I knew about Najee and I knew about Roethlisberger retiring and so on. And I only got into football heavy in the last 4 or 5 years, but as I learned more about them, I wanted to learn more and more as I went. I learned about Franco Harris and Heinz Ward and, the bus and Jerome. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, Jerome Bettis, exactly. And Terry Bradshaw. And then I found that beautiful Bradshaw, which I'm going to show you here when I get to the footballs. Just gorgeous stuff, right? Here's a Drew Brees. Okay. They're looking for $5 for this card, but what is it? Panini, 2011, numbered to 99, Drew Brees Hollow. Like, come on. If you're a Brees fan, I could probably ask $15 for this. The question is finding the right person for the right PC that'll value the card in not as a retailable asset, but someone that actually wants to have this sitting on their desk. And that is a clean card I can absolutely imagine on anyone's desk. It's not gaudy. It's not overly flashy or ridiculous. It's a nice looking version of that card. If this was Roethlisberger, I would have just been happy to throw this in my personal collection, and that would be that, right? Joe Namath. Okay, everyone knows who that is. That is a reprint, right? 2012 Topps reprint of a 1970s card with like an optichrome finish. Gorgeous, right? If you're a Jets fan, you're all over it. Justin Fields, I think, is going to excel in, New York now, right? So why would I not want to get in at $1 for Justin Fields when after he goes 3-0 for the first couple of games and people love him again because he's actually a fantastically talented quarterback? These cards start selling for $5-10 a pop because people want to get in at the ground floor of Justin Fields having a career revitalization. So I'm high on Justin Fields. I was high on him when he was playing for Pittsburgh. I'm high on him now. I'm happy to pick up his rookie cards at $1 a pop, especially when they're nice acetate, good-looking cards. Right? Deshaun Hamilton on this bronze optic rated rookie. You can never go wrong with an optic hollow. Nick Chubb Gridironkins. Gorgeous card. When I'm buying a card at $1, I'm not sitting there comping and going, how many times did this sell for $1? I'm going, if I was a Nick Chubb fan, is this a gorgeous looking card? Does it have the right flash, flare? Is it designed well? Is it centered well enough that it doesn't look like a misprint or an error or some mistake? Is it intentionally designed or is it just slapped together? Right? I'm never going to pass on a Tom Brady for $2. Right? Look at that. Look at that pose. If you're a Tom Brady fan, if your kid's getting into football and he's reading about this, that is a perfect action shot. This is an underrated card as far as I'm concerned. If I'm a Tom Brady fan, I'd pay $10 for this card all day. And I don't care what you can get them for on eBay. I care what you can sell them for when you're sitting there talking to another human being face to face and going, what do you think that's worth? What do you think the value of that is? The number they're going to throw out's higher than $2, which means there's always a conversation to be had if you're having the conversation in the right channels with the right people. If your customers are all offering you $1 on a $2 card, find better customers. That's not the game. That's not the game. Okay, Prism, hollow, silver, can't go wrong. Nicely centered for a set in 21 Prism that is known for quality control issues. Matt Stafford, right, in the Rams jersey. Love it. Just love it. Kirk Cousins to $3.99. Acetate in the original, right? I can't call him the Commanders jersey, right? 2012. $5. All day. All day. You don't hang on a card like that. Justin Fields, $5 on the pink mosaic. Tristan Wirfs for $1? Absolutely. Beautiful centering. Bucks are looking strong. Wirfs is a great player. Spellbounds are always good. The reason that Spellbounds don't sell for $1, and it's the reason this is available for purchase, is they're advertising the wrong market. People, when they're collecting Spellbounds, they're trying to collect the entire name of the player they like. Just making this available on eBay is going to sell within 6 months for $5 to $10 because they need that last card and no one else has it. Like the set itself is designed with scarcity and the difficulty in mind of collecting it, and you can't collect just one. You've never seen a human put one Spellbound with one of the letters of the Thomas name, the S of the Thomas, you see. Right? They're not going to have just that on their desk. That would look insane. And if you're dealing with insane people, find better people to deal with. Justin Jefferson, right? Stingley Jr., another Spellbound Lamar Jackson. You think I can't sell that for $5? Come on, that's the easy flip. Justin Fields Fireworks. Beautiful card. There's a Larry Roundtree auto for $2. Come on. It's value. It's good value. And this is kind of what I'm saying, right? A couple more Justin Fields in there, a couple more Spellbounds. Obvious stuff. This is hockey. So, mixing and matching here. Kenneth Gainwell. Tom Brady. If you're ever worried about taking into your inventory Tom Brady, at $2 to $5, you're nuts. You're always good to go. You can't feel bad about that, right? Last pack, I think we got some more hockey here because it's a lot easier to source hockey in Canada. Rick Nash, one of the best American-born players ever. Mitch Marner, Panini Prime, Anze Kopitar, numbered to 249. Right? Dazzlers, Upper Deck Canvas. Danny Heatley, anybody my age knows who he is. He used to play for the Sens. He was absolutely stellar. 50-goal scorer, great guy. This is a rookie card. Ridiculous. Easy money. Look at this. Hologram, Wayne Gretzky, $3. Come on. There's a market for everything. There's certainly a market for the great one. Trevor Zegras, rookie. Drew Doughty, rookie. And a nice looking one at that. The right kind of shine, good texture to the card. Upper Deck Canvas, Jovanovski. Some more Young Guns, Nick Lidstrom. Claude Giroux. Okay, this is a recent set. I think this is 23-24. Yeah, 23-24. Highlighters, acetate. Hello. Right? Slick. It's in the current jersey. It's a topical guy. The Sens are looking a little better year by year as they go and they get themselves more organized. It's fantastic stuff. How do you go wrong? Find the cards for $1 that when you look at, you go, wow, nice. That's it. That's your litmus test. Anything you find for $1, you can sell for $2. Does it mean you have to do a whole bunch of work? Yes. If you're going to be one of those people wandering around going and they find a $100 card, you lowball that at $50. Maybe 1 out of 100 people accept that because they're trying to be nice and they think it's going to lead to future business. You think to yourself, okay, I can just make a $50 flip on every single card. This is not where you start out. You're just going to be someone that the community does not like working with because you're spending your whole time haggling over, like with aggressive discounts and whatnot. These are not cards you comp. These are cards where you arbitrage. You get them from a marketplace that doesn't value them to the people that personally collect these cards. You need stuff like eBay for reach for that reason. If you try to just sell it to your local market, you throw them on Facebook, you're just hoping for a quick sale. You're being lazy, you're looking for the lowest fruit in the tree, and it's not going to give you the results you want if you want to get into flipping cards around. Assume that whatever you're going to do in this hobby is going to take way more work than you'd think. Even just getting our YouTube channel online, our website online, our eBay store up to, we have 1,500 listings now. It's taking like hundreds of hours. So to make what? I think $3,000 over the last 3 months or so, just selling eBay cards. So what are we talking about? We're talking about the beginning of you have to have a larger vision in mind. If you want to just flip cards, then yeah, get as large of a bankroll you can. Try to buy $10,000 cards for $9,000 and then sell them for $11,000 and repeat that. Fine. But that's like any gamble, right? Any big gamble is going to work like that, a higher margin stuff. I think there's an underserved market here in Canada, especially for football cards, which is what we're starting on. And we're going to try to make the absolute best effort we can to get good football cards sourced from reliable sources at numbers that I can afford to buy in somewhat bulk. And we're going to make those available publicly so that you have somewhere to shop. Either it's in Calgary, locally here, or within Canada. If you just can't get NFL product, which is hard as hell, we're still looking for Optic, 2024 Optic. The minute we can, I think that's a set I actually want to collect. So the volume in which I'm willing to buy that, if I can get it at a somewhat reasonable MSRP type price, is great. I'm refreshing Walmart's page every day, but just getting the product is tough. And I figure if long term we want to be the kind of place where you can turn to, check out our website and see that we have tons of product available for you, that starts with something like this. It starts with turning $1 cards into $2. It starts with getting eyes and attention and effort invested on our part to bring that energy back the way we're trying to put it out right now. So yeah, different kind of a video today. We're not ripping cards, but if you just want to chat about the hobby, or you want to learn about how to chat about the hobby, or you want to get involved with this and start doing some deals, reach out, leave us a comment, ask me any question you can possibly think of, and I will give you the most intelligent answer I possibly can. I love this stuff. I love talking about it. I love thinking about it. I can't stop myself from thinking about it. So that's why we're now putting the content out to you, because if I just keep telling Shannon about how great it is to have a Joe Thornton card, a limited captains to $199 for $3, she might start throwing frying pans at me. I got to talk to somebody about it. So ask me a question. Get involved with us, please. We're putting a lot of work into this. We appreciate your time, your effort, your attention. Click the like and subscribe. This is James again, Monkey Man Sports, with his brand new George Pickens. I'm going to leave you with this, because this is going straight into a sealed one touch. I might sit on it for a bit and then gaslight myself into thinking it'll grade a 10 from PSA, then send it, then have it come back a 7 and then start drinking again. So we'll see how that turns out. Stay tuned. Bye for now. Thanks a lot.